Hello everybody, welcome back to the Landedkiller show. Today I'll be going over some devlogs. We have quite a number of them to cover. So this one here is covering the Huron and World of Warships in the future roadmap, describing how the Faroe Islands are in development and how they are improving communication and how they added random bundles into the game. You can see there the Faroe Islands, it's coming along rather nicely, and Huron probably be done about 6 months time is my guess. We got the Italian early access event here, so we got a decent camouflage there for FR25, updated port for Toronto, new interesting camouflage for Belfast 43 and one for Belfast as well. It's pretty interesting and pretty neat. Look at that commander there, that's pretty nice. There's also a return of Rogue Wave. I believe this is going to be 11.2. They updated some weather effects. They'll probably appear later down the line. 2 is my guess. A bunch of different flags there. Probably for some event in the future is my guess. Looks like they got a new camouflage out for Ragnar as well. Only available for ranked tokens though, so only a few people actually get it. Some new achievements for the Rogue Wave event. Sea Scythe camouflage looks the most interesting. Flags. And then we got this new line of French cruisers here. Basically we have 305mm guns on Cherbourg, the tier 8. The tier 9 Brest has 330mm main battery guns. And it has a bunch of Bofors and Orkelian anti-aircraft guns. Pretty interesting, so I'm wondering what the gimmick's going to be on these guys. Obviously the guns, but I think that the Citadel is going to be pretty high out of the water. Pretty much. So, looks like a little Nelson pretty much with 330mm guns. They kind of describe their characteristics here if you read here, kind of talking about how they have pretty decent consumables, powerful guns, long reload time, vulnerable to HE, better at medium to long range. I think that they're going to have issues with Citadels. I feel like the Citadels are going to be higher off the water. As you can see where I'm pointing with the mouse there. I think the Citadels are going to be above the water because they're going to have find a way to balance this out besides the 25mm plating. Otherwise, you might as well just call it a battleship then. Toulon, I think, might be a little power creeped at tier 7. I think it might be a little too early to tell. 330mm guns obviously exist from Strasbourg, Dunkirk at tier 6. The cruiser hull, though, you kind of wonder what the weak point is, and it's probably going to be the Citadel. It's like this Citadel on the ship is my guess. I talk a lot about the namings, how they came up with the names for the ships, based them off ports and naval bases, pretty much. And you can see that we got this interesting stat slab for Cherbourg, the 2x4 305, fire range 17.7 kilometers, decent HE shell damage of 4050. A lot of consumable options there, as you can see. Damage control, hydroacoustic, FAA, fighter engine boost, main battery reload booster, and repair party. So they're going to pump out a lot of shells pretty fast. Think about it. Cell will be in the crown jewel of the branch, 3 hex. 333mm Nelson style. I'm gonna guess that they're gonna have trouble with Citadels and with modules. Modules and Citadels, they're just gonna happen frequently with these ships. There's just no way that they're not if they're classifying them as cruisers. That's my hunch right now, just taking a gander at this. I do apologize for not putting out a video in a while. Slowly just starting to catch up again. Interesting, HE shells about half the damage. Piercing is 8,000 for tier 10. Tier 7. Tier 7 there, 8,000 AP, wow. 798 per second, so velocity might be a little velocity slower on the AP, velocity higher on the HE, and 105 meters per second. Interesting. So velocities are different. Sigma 1.90. It's pretty good Sigma for tier 7 with those powerful guns. Is it going to have accuracy akin to a battlecruiser or more towards a battleship? That's what you got to wonder about the dispersion patterns. We don't have anything here that's going to let us know about dispersion other than the 1.9 Sigma. So it's too early to tell how these will behave in battle until we get some actual in-game footage of them. So many changes at once, honestly, with these ships. Honestly, I just think that they're going to have problems with citadels and module damage. That's my guess. Citadels and module damage overall. Those are going to be the weak points. Strong points being the guns and the main battery reload booster and the engine boost. But I think that these may see a nerf at some point because their speed is pretty high. Very high speed indeed for these. It's at 30 knots for a lot of them. So I imagine that they're going to switch that around. I imagine that these are going to emerge from tests with a max speed of probably 25 to 27, and that they're going to get rid of some of the consumables on them currently. I think they're just going to test them with all the consumables to start, and then they're going to take 1 or 2 of them away. I don't see these making it through tests with all these consumable options. If I had to guess which consumable is going to be taken away, I'm going to say the main battery reload booster or the engine boost. One of those has got to go, or it's going to be too overpowered. See here we have some changes with Dido and Carnarius. Basically they're changing reload, damage, detectability. They're changing the smoke. Got some changes for Atlantico as well. See down there they took away the hydroacoustic. You can see that wargaming does take time to detail the explanation. The balance changes for Dido and Carnarius. And they outperform the other tier 6s. Hornet got some maneuverability changes during attack and preparation stage significantly increased. So I wonder if that relates to the strategic squadron or not. We'll have to see. Probably not. The Atlantico, as you can see, is going to be a mishmash of different ships. It's going to have German battleship accuracy for 1 secondary, and Georgia and German battlecruisers for the secondary accuracy, which I'm assuming is the new alt line of ships that just came into the game. I think these are going to be decent on starting fires on enemy battleships and cruisers. I don't think they're going to take out destroyers too well due to Wargaming's continued stance on changing them. Sevastopol, they're doing this thing I don't like. Damage control party request a fast damage control party. I don't like limited charges on damage control party overall, as I feel it just really negates the amount of times you can go into battle. And they're adding in the engine boost consumable, of course, because it's the Soviet version of Siegfried, pretty much. Still. I gotta see what the reload's gonna be on this, and you can see there it gets the British repair party as well. So I wonder what kind of British repair party, the cruiser or the battleship version. It's pretty interesting, so I wonder if it's gonna have like that zombie heal effect on it. See that the repair party consumable went down 20 seconds as well. It's going to require changes. And then we got some different changes on Italian destroyers. You can see that our torpedo reload times have gone up, and new consumables have been added for the tier 3 to tier 5. Exhaust smoke generator and emergency engine power. Pretty much to bring the whole line into balance, I would say, at this point. Otherwise, mainly it looks like they're trying to just balance things out here at this point. Trying to get this line ready for early access. It feels like the early access events are running closer and closer together every patch. Unless I'm mistaken, I believe this one's going live pretty soon. 11.2. So it's kind of right in the same cycle as Penny. I don't think we need to have so many early access events together. I think it really just derives the feel of buy now, honestly. Then we have this last devblog ships. Basically, we got like a Super Nagato, a new battleship, a new German. So I start with the Edgar here. It's gonna have that. It's gonna be able to reload fast. It's gonna have super firing mode, auto reload mode, or whatever you want to call it. It's gonna fire very fast, basically Super Minotaur. And then you have Mecklenburg down there. They go into an explanation of why they chose the names for each ship, of course. Given the trend of Marlborough, I'm wondering if Mecklenburg is going to be the next dockyard after Atlantica. I wouldn't be surprised, considering that Odin had some 305mm guns in his dockyard in the past. To finish it out with the tier 10 German would make sense, but guns look like they have high accuracy pretty much. Wami's this weird Super Nagato at tier 9. I don't know what it's exactly going to be capable of, probably just better reload. I believe it's more focused for closer range versus long range like the rest of the branch. So, interesting consumable choices you can see here. I'm gonna go through this pretty fast here. 35-second reload on Wami, that's gonna be interesting. Tier 9. Otherwise, I figured I would quickly go through these devlogs and get you all up to date on what my thoughts were. And again, there is engine acceleration changes going forth for some ships in one, so keep an eye out for that article soon. Otherwise, it's just a lot of devlogs in one day. Otherwise, for the next video, I'm thinking that we're just gonna review a tech tree ship. I got a couple in mind that I'm gonna look into and I'm gonna do. As for my opinion on the auction, not really a big fan, but I understand Wargaming needs to make money on Gromcheski. Otherwise, that is literally like all the devlogs, like they all published them all in one day. I wish they would spread this out a little bit and publish them earlier in the week. It would make things a lot easier for me, personally. Otherwise, don't forget to like, watch, and subscribe. Be on the lookout for future projects. That's all I'm going to say on that for now. Otherwise, have a good day, and thank you for watching the video. Thanks.